This is TWiT.
Hello, Bob in Los Angeles. Leo Laporte, the tech guy.
Good morning, Leo.
Good morning.
In January, we're taking a world cruise for 6 months.
Oh, man.
Oh, and we've done it before, but anyway.
You've done it before.
We would like to be able to write a daily blog for friends and followers that we have. We tried to blog a couple of years ago during a similar trip, but it was difficult to load photos onto the blog.
Yeah.
My question is, do you have a recommendation for a no-cost blog or a one-time cost blog that we could use for the trip?
So, yeah, this is an interesting issue, and you're going to have the same issue. What cruise line are you going on?
We're going on Regent.
I love Regent. But, are you going on the new one?
We are going on the new one,
yeah. So they may have better internet. The last time I was on a Regent, the internet, and this is true on most cruise ships, is very slow. But newer technologies are emerging. For instance, I was on the Anthem of the Seas last year, which is a much newer boat from Royal Caribbean, and they have what they call Voom internet, and it's so fast. I don't know if you've ever used it, but it's almost like you're at home. You would have no trouble blogging and loading images. However, when you're at sea on most current cruise ships, it's so slow that what I always do is I upload them overnight. I just let them sit there and percolate. And you can get that done. Here's what my suggestion would be: there are many free blogging platforms, but probably the best known is Google's Blogger at Blogspot. And one of the reasons I would recommend that is because what you could do is take your pictures and upload them overnight slowly to Google Photos. If you have a smartphone, for instance, are the pictures on a smartphone or a standalone camera?
They're on a standalone camera, but they're also on a laptop.
Okay. And you can do it on the laptop. The new Google app to sync photos, they've actually kind of blended them all together, but that will do it in the background. My workflow generally is I take pictures on a fancy camera, but then most cameras, Sony, Canon, Olympus, Nikon, have a smartphone app that will suck those pictures into the smartphone.
Okay.
And then I let the smartphone stay on overnight, uploading to Google Photos. I have Google Photos on my smartphone. By morning, most of those pictures are up there, unless you have hundreds.
You can 50 on an everyday basis, but only want to download on the blog, perhaps maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, so you could pick the few that you want and delete the rest from your camera phone. Let the camera phone upload to Google Photos. Then in the morning, it's a simple process to go to your Blogspot, because it's a Google product also, and just say, pick this photo, and this photo. They'll already be uploaded.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I do, though. And my wife, by the way, is very good at this. She makes a habit of, at the end of the day, going through all her photos, picking the ones she wants, and blogging them. And
available for hire.
I know. I want to hire her, but she won't do it for me either. So I make sure I'm in her pictures, and that way I don't have to worry about it. But that's the process that seems to work quite well. So you at the end of the day, you go through your pictures. If you put them on your phone or even your laptop, you can upload those on the slower internet. And it's good to do that overnight, because people go to bed and then it gets faster. You're sharing on most cruise ships 1 megabit or 2 among a few hundred people on those Regent cruises, about 500 or 600 people. And but by 3 in the morning, no one's using it.
Okay.
So those photos will get uploaded overnight. So I upload overnight, and then in the morning make the blog. Blogger's very good. That's free. WordPress.com, which is one of our sponsors, has a free tier as well. I really like them. The reason I think Blogger might be a good choice is just because of their tight integration to Google Photos makes it very simple.
Okay, great.
Oh, have fun.
By the way, I don't think WordPress. I think all of the WordPress options are all cost. And you're saying there is no free ride here on Bloggers.
Both Blogger and WordPress, I believe, have free tiers, but maybe they changed those. So check blogspot.com for Blogger and WordPress.com for WordPress. Who else has free tiers? There are a lot of free hosting companies out there, but those are the 2 of the best, I would say.
Great. Thanks very much.
Hey, have a great trip.
Okay.
Do you know yet what your travel blog, or maybe you just want to keep it to the friends?
Our travel blog, we don't have a.
You don't have one yet.
It's called the one we used before is called Twyla and Bob's Around the World Cruise.
I love it.
Very, very creative, right?
It's a great idea, though. If you're going to be gone for 6 months, that's a great way to stay in touch without having to, call or write everybody.
Yeah,
there used
to be
the
intent. Yeah.
There used to be. I went to China maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and you couldn't blog from China.
Right.
And I used a service that has gone down since called Posterous. That was a really great idea. You blogged by email. And so everybody can send out email, and China's not going to block your email. So both WordPress.com and Blogspot will offer you, if you look in the settings, usually it's buried deep, an email address you can email to. And that would be another way you could write your blog post, put the pictures in it, and then email it. And, again, running your email program overnight to send it out. And that's a way to kind of avoid having to load a big page and everything. You just do everything locally and send it off via email.
Great suggestion.
Have a great time.
Those, and we'll start looking up the options.
Bob and Twyla, Taking on the World Part 2. Are you going to do a different part of the world this time, or?
Yeah, this is there's an emphasis on Africa this time, and a lot of time in the South Pacific.
When I retire, I really want to do that. That sounds like so much fun. Have a great time.
You can't be tech guy. You need to be old guy to do this.
Well, I'm waiting for fast internet, because once they do get these faster internet connections on boats, I could do the show from there.
Hey, there you go.
What do you think? I'm talking to you off the coast of Madagascar.
Remember to keep your teeth clean.
That would be awesome. Hey, have a great time. Bob and Twyla's trip around the world. Blogging it's funny because it went through, in the early 2000s, it was the flavor of the month, or a year. It was everybody was thinking, oh, this is going to change the world, blah, blah, blah. And then it just kind of fell off. Podcasting's been kind of like that. As a podcaster, I've watched this happen. I just came back from the Podcast Expo. It's called Podcast Movement. It's a big conference in Anaheim and next year in Philadelphia. And I have to say, it's still alive, as is blogging. We're still here. And they're really great ways to have, to do some self-expression. Maybe do a podcast about your trip around the world, too. As long as you can record audio, and as long as you're not in a hurry to upload it, maybe do it from a coffee shop when you land. Leo Laporte, the tech guy.